This pains me. Let's talk about one of the worst films I've seen in a while. Not just this year, in a while. Let's talk about Boo. Uh, I first saw this movie, not saw, but I first saw a poster for it on some horror movie site or something. And when I saw this title, Boo, my first thought was, cool. It's another kids horror film because kids need horror stuff to watch. I grew up reading Goosebumps. I like kids need horror stuff too. Viewed the trailer, and I'm like, oh, this is a R-rated movie. What? Because I thought it was going to be straight up like a PG film. And I'm like, I like to support friggin' indie films. I made some short films. I know how hard it is to make a movie. Boy, it's just not good. Whenever I view a movie, I tend to zone out. I tend to just focus in on the movie. Turn my phone on silent, just focus in. This time, no matter what I did, I couldn't focus into the movie. I was just glancing all around my room. I was checking my phone. What I'm saying is, this shit's boring. And I've never done this before. Because I usually just see something and then I just speak my thoughts here. And that's why my reviews are a jumbled mess. But that's who I am, a jumbled mess. So it's cool. But I jotted down notes for this movie. And why it's... First off, I should get to the story. Basically, Boo centers around... It's Halloween night. The standard horror trope. The dysfunctional family. The daughter hates the mom and dad. The mom and dad are like... not in love, but they're like not separated. They're still living together, but they hate each other. And then there's the one juvenile son who is just trapped in this mess of people. Well, Halloween morning, they get a knock on the door. The father checks it, and they get this little bag that has this cute little ghosty on it that says Boo. And in the bag is this note basically saying that if you don't pass this on, you're going to get cursed. Well, the son's like, I've heard about this in school. Dad, you should just pass it on. So the dad's like this like super like God-fearing person. It's like the Bible this, church this, God this, Jesus that. So he just burns it. He says, curse ain't real, son chillax, wife chillax, daughter chillax. And the curse brings forth your past to haunt you. All the acting's not great. The only decent one is the daughter. She does okay with what she's given. It's not the best writing. It's worse than TV. And I don't like shitting on movies. It's like my least favorite thing to do is to shit on movies. Because I understand how hard it is to make a movie. But at some point you just can't find something good to say. Random good thing. The only good thing. I don't know what they're called. But they were like these little like binocular thingies. Frames in them that you would put up to your eyes. And then you would see a photo. And like then you like click it down and then the slide would swap. I don't know what they're called. But the son has one. In modern day, which surprised me because I don't even know if they still make these things because I had them when I was like 3 and 4. But there's a cool scene with that. That's the only cool scene that I generally enjoyed in an hour and a half film. But the notes on why this movie is not good. Felt like a damn cigarette ad. And I'm not joking. The characters are constantly smoking. I thought I was watching a cigarette commercial. The first opening shot, or the first key scene, a character is smoking. The daughter smokes, the father smokes, the mom smokes. the three main characters outside freaking of the sun smoke, and the film basically takes place in one location for the most part, and three leads smoke. It seriously felt like I was viewing an ad for cigarettes, which, sure, I guess it was too much smoking. Like, cut it back some. This is just my own gripe. The son's room is literally just a bed, like a mattress on the floor, plus a desk with a light. And he has some, like, demonic ass drawings all throughout his room that were there prior to the curse. And he has, like, dolls hanging by their neck in his room. And I'm like, what parent, especially a God-fearing parent, would let their son have this in his room? And it really confused me how the son had, like, literally nothing in his room but this bed and a desk and these, like, messed up satanic drawings all over the place and dolls. Weirded me out. Not in, like, the movie weirded me out, just poor thinking of why a God-fearing father would let their son hang that stuff in his room. Next note. The soundtrack confused me. I hated the soundtrack. The soundtrack mixed real-world noises in with it. Like, in one scene, spoiler if you even care, but the son is being, like, followed by this ghost, and the soundtrack plays, like, heavy breathing. So my first thought was it was the spirit doing the heavy breathing. But then I'm like, shouldn't the son hear this? But then he doesn't. And then I realized it's part of the soundtrack. Like, earlier in the film, there's loud banging, but it's not from the actual film. It's from the soundtrack. And even later on, there's more tracks with like, scratching. I'm thinking, like, oh, the ghosty is, like, or the curse is, like, scratching the walls. And it's like, no, it's just the soundtrack doing this while, like, the characters are freaking out. And to me, it's confusing as all hell. Lastly, there's a dog in this movie. The family owns a dog. But the dog is literally in 3 shots. And it's kind of weird seeing all these characters freak out and the dog not be there. Because I've been around dogs my whole life. I've owned 2 dogs, and both times, or all the time, when people are freaking out, the dogs tend to freak out with the people. And especially if you believe that dogs have that sixth sense stuff. It kind of didn't make sense. And the dog's literally there for an emotional scene near the end. But there's no payoff because you only see the dog in, like, 2 shots. For, like, 5 seconds. And it just doesn't make sense. And the film's not scary. It uses jump scares, but those aren't scary. Those are just startling. There's a difference. Like, I walked out of the bathroom to my dog staring at me. It startled me. I wasn't scared, but I'm like, oh shit, it's a freaking dog face staring at me in the pitch black. Like, that's what a jump scare is. It's not like terror. It's not fear. It's just a loud noise that anybody would get startled by. I've been talking about this movie for too long. It's not good. Do yourself a favor and just please don't watch it. I have a list of films that I've seen this year on my phone. Plus I rate them. And I don't like to rate films because that, to me, it's like narrow-minded kind of. But if I could rate this movie out of 10, it would be a 2.5. Mainly, and the 2.5 comes from the one scene where the slide viewer thingy, Majonski, and it's edited decently. You can tell what's going on. You can see the characters. And another bad thing, it's poorly shot. There's like nothing special about it. It's just wide angle, reverse shot, wide angle, establishing shot, frontal shot, reverse shot. Like throw in a Dutch angle or a dolly zoom or something in there to make it look unique. Boo. I went in somewhat blind from a teaser poster and a little quick teaser trailer, and I couldn't stand it. I'm sure someone out there will tell me how it's a masterpiece or how it's great, but I didn't like it. But like always, I hope my next reviews are going to be positive movies because I really like to talk about films that I love and not films that I hate. I truly hate shitting on movies, and I don't like to cuss on these, but shitting on movies is the only way that I can describe what I did to this film. I shitted on it. Boo. Boo. So scary. Don't see it. For the love of God, just don't waste your time. But like always, this makes me happy. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.